you have a consciousness to make a lot of money deep down. But then the problem is your mundane consciousness, which is your rational brain, doesn't believe that. Your rational brain believes only making a small amount of money just to get by. And for you, that is more important. Making a small or reasonably, mid-sized income is more real than to live the dream of your heart. In your heart, there is potential to create a lot and give away that money to people, poor people. That is there. The problem is the belief. You don't believe yourself. First of all, why is that problem? This is not only your problem. This is the common problem for everyone. Everyone at one level wants to live a very affluent life, but ends up, not being able to manifest that. And that is because of, in general, the problem of the earth plane, the problem of the breath that you breathe in. The breath that you breathe in is oxygen. It's polluted by the atmosphere of the earth. Very, very low level of vibration. Mediocre thinking, rational thinking. That gives you all the thoughts that you are thinking about. All the thoughts you think about come from the rational brain, from the low level vibration of the earth. It's in Sanskrit, they call it as Bhuta Akash. Bhuta Akash means, Bhuta means the earth plane. Akash is the ether, which I call mostly oxygen. The oxygen become your thoughts, because the oxygen carries very low level vibration, that you are not able to soar up to the level of your heart, because the heart represents not oxygen but prana. So you have to have thinking assisted by prana, not assisted by oxygen or nostril breathing. You have to keep that in mind. Most of the thoughts that you have, if not all, they come from the Bhuta Akash, which is the oxygen. You have to stop the process. You do it in two ways. One, you remember this teaching. The problem with me is that I am breathing oxygen, and that goes to the brain and activates the brain and keeps us alive. But as it does it, what happens is it gives to the brain mediocre thoughts. So you need the brain to be energized by higher thought forms, for which you need prana. The oxygen also has prana in it. Without prana, nothing exists. Okay. Prana is everywhere, not only in our body, in the plants, in all creatures. They all have prana. So you need pranic thinking or prana-based thinking. And if you have that, then the nostril breathing will slow down. On a daily basis, you should examine yourself about your thoughts. If you analyze, you are thinking out of fear, out of insecurity, out of anxiety. So fear, anxiety, insecurity, they all join together and then don't allow you to go to unlimited thinking. It is very important that you remember Steve Jobs, when he was not making money, he went to India to see Nim Karoli Baba. Baba died before he reached India, but he went and stayed there in the ashram and also sometime in India. He writes in his book that transformed himself, his mind, so that he was able to think very big. The reason why I'm saying that is today Apple became the first trillion-dollar company in the whole world. Steve Jobs died, but at least his legacy survives. It is because of what? The blessings that he received in Nim Karoli Baba's mandir. Although he did not go back to India after the first trip he made, the blessings and the ambition remained and still remains. So what you do now is every day you focus attention on the two nostrils as many times as possible. And when you put your attention on the two nostrils, then the nostril breathing will slow down. And pranic breathing, which starts from the navel chakra, will go to the brain. Then the brain will be able to access prana more than the oxygen. Then that prana will give you energy, thoughts, and also bring opportunities to you. So you have to keep that in mind. But here is the problem. The problem is karma. Your thoughts come from your karma. So the karma will not allow you easily to start a new life. So it will keep coming to you, will make you insecure, anxiety, insecure. All these things belong to the karmic mind. The karmic mind is the mediocre mind. So there's two solutions. One is putting your attention on the two nostrils and then remembering this teaching and then trying to remember the prana arising from the navel chakra, going through the heart and going to the brain. So if you do that, then you will be able to break the old pattern. Slowly, you will see that your thoughts change, and then you will be able to think bigger thoughts. You can combine it also with Srim Rizi. You can put Srim Rizi in your nostrils as well as your navel. In the nostrils, it will block mediocre thoughts. In the navel, it will increase super thoughts. So it will act differently in the nostrils and differently in the navel. Okay, along with the prana, you say prana, Srim Rizi, and it will go to from the navel, go to the heart, and then from the heart it goes to your brain. Then in the nostril, you just simply put your attention there and say Srim Rizi, and that will stop the low vibrating thoughts to get into the brain. This you should do as many times as possible. If you do it all the time, then the changes will happen very quickly. When you get out of this practice and then live like we have been living everyday life, then there won't be much changes at all. Because you will be in the domain of, ordinary life. So it's not very difficult. It is very easy, but very, very powerful. That's the most important teaching, that you have to keep that in your mind and in your practice as many times as possible in a day. remember these teachings, and then you don't need anything else.